Baus does not play. So he's going to play for scaling and try to survive the Shen lane.
He has played Jax, AP Jax, into the Shen prior, and he beat that matchup later on when Jax.
And then maybe a recall for the Doran's Ring and so on the other items.
Velya's going bot.
Could be a gank. I mean, there's no reliable gank setup. You've just missed the W on Jhin.
But Legolas just walked up, trying to get the wave crashed in. Reckless gets an engage, and Whiting is isolated away from Legolas. They'll turn. The stun, though, doesn't connect from Velya, but the last shot will indeed. Deadly Flash flashed away from. Thager is now here to help, but he's too late. First blood is over to Lost Return.
Damn, you take the nameplates off. I think that's Thager. He's usually the one ganking very early. But right here...
really, really crappers. It is just the best champion in top right now as junglers are fighting it out in the meanwhile. And while I'm yapping away, Thager gets away from the Severing Bolt, but Nemesis is still here. CC flashed away from, but Velya has his flash from last fight, but where's the CC? It's now coming up. He'll find it. There's the Severing Bolt isolated again, and with Conqueror up, Velya just needs a bit more in the Q department, and he'll find that too. White Knight can't save the day, and Velya is off to the races.
Very confused. Chocolate wasn't a reset right there. It was TPing way after during the Kanavi.
This champion I feel like can build so many different items that it's almost
Kraken Slayer as well.
Yeah.
That's different, isn't it?
Level 6.
Ulti, Chocolate has found his mark. Onto Nemesis, Spiraling Despair as well. He stood there, he's taken it. Spiraling Despair gets a good trade, but Velya, once again, flash for flash. The Chocolate with equal tempo gets the Soldier out in the meantime, and the Stand United is coming down. Velya pays respect, while bot lane, there's a trade there again. The blood is starting to roll and fall down the sewers as White Knight is now mid.
Wukong's ganking bot side as well. Thager was looking, but doesn't find anything until Reckless, who has his W. Now
I feel like right here, Crowny and Reckless have been playing that 2v2 fantastically well. Every single time Legolas dashes into our trade, you see Reckless throwing his W in, they get the heal through, and with the help of the Guardian as well, I feel like the sustain is great. Yeah. And Jhin is a kind of champion that's kind of like Miss Fortune.
The Channel, it has quite a long cooldown. I can't remember if it's 160 or 180 second cooldown. It's really long, so right now is the window to go.
Nemesis again, bop though. His jungler's here this time. Thager's here to cover. Nemesis is going to get whacked around for a little bit longer. With the Spiraling Spear hit onto a clone, he has no chance. Bit of damage on the way out to Chocolate, and that's 1-2 now in the pocket for the mid laner.
Big for Barça. That's exactly what we're looking forward. Hold up.
As we're doing a 2v2 with the quickness out, the tidal wave as well. Crowny's going to barrier first, but Legolas running out of mana. Deadly Forest as Crowny now opens up with the curtain call. He will not find them all because Thager is walking into range. All Crowny can do is delay the inevitable. Thager's going to get over the wall. He wants to dash and take the kill and at least set it up for Legolas with the relentless pursuit. No, doesn't find his way forward. It's a bonk on the making. And Thager's just going to auto him instead.
A gank bot works now, and in mid lane you also have to play with the shuffle onto the immobile control mage. A classic win con for the Azir. It's just winning plays across the map for Barça right now, with not much else to show for Lost Returners.
I feel like that was a little bit also disrespectful.
He's already down to 2 plates on top side. Nice sidestep, by the way, by Legolas there on that dive. Really good sidestep onto the W. And
that was an enemy base.
Yeah, he is. He's really making it hard right now. If Shen does ult away, he's going to lose his tower. There goes Reckless.
Bye, Reckless.
Okay.
Thager just took a freebie, and now Crowny is isolated. TP needs to cover him. Tidal wave out first, though, as Legolas, the one tanking up. Now Crowny has flashed and parried and gotten away, but he's got a curtain call that he's going to open up, and with Paus in the way with a Sky Splitter, Whiting's in a lot of trouble. Bullet number 4 will fly and hit Thager as the Cyclone disengaged, but Baus has gone a bit deep. He ulted in and regrets it immediately. Teleport also going to be burned. Barça have more members on the way, and Velya cannot save that play.
Baus uses the tempo he gets from proxying to TP bot and try to make a play, but the Channel is there once he fully commits, and it's the numbers advantage. It's a 5v3.
Oof. Shadow Dash was close to connecting for LR. Thinking about how to approach this dragon. They don't want to give away number 2, but the pinch is good. Chocolate is better. Reckless gets out, disengaged on the left, while Velya isolated on the right. Spiraling Spear into Thager, and they're all so low, but a flash Shadow Dash brings the fight back into Barca's favor. Nemesis might be out for now, but Velya just got a reset. An Aqua present, another ulti. Chocolate up next, Severing Bolt. How in God's name was that so close? Barca getting away with their lives, but only 2 of them as Reckless and Nemesis are taking the last bit. Severing bolt again. A flower in the way to mark the death. We look at Crownie because Reckless is being an 80 carry again.
Velia comes in, saving the play with the resets on the back end of that team fight. It looked so bad because Checkerlad's...
He gets caught by Reckless, and then he leaves the bot side of Barça exposed to Velia getting resets.
Yeah, I think Whiten as well stepped a little bit too close to the bush. He could have hugged wall on the left towards the side of the Dragon Pit, but gets too close to the wall. The invis and Velia coming out of the bush catches him off guard.
Faust just died, I think, on live. Which is not shocking, knowing who he is, but
No.
honestly.
You're right, he did.
That's
Okay, Baus is dead.
50 seconds till Herald as well, and Shen's going to be able to queue the tower.
But he does have Moby Boots in 2 more stacks, so he will at least be there. LR getting vision control, that's going to help out as well. Thega, I'm going to face check, but it's onto the 80 carry instead. They've found themselves Legolas. He walked in because he was confident his jungler was by his side, but Thega takes the 4th shot. There's a little bit more in LR that they're looking for. Velia, he's got a stolen soul. He's looking for yet another. It's reset after reset. It's Velia's time again. And this jungler, this LR pickup is continuing to prove his worth.
And Barça, just like last game, they underestimate the power of the banana bush.
He walked in, he now has to ulti. Reckless is there for the engage. They wanted to walk towards Nemesis, and while he might get out, can you say the same about Wyden? Under turret, as LR no, it's a breeze from dying. It's another easy kill. LR putting Spain to shame.
Nah, Barça, this in game number 2 as well. Again, overcommitting to plays. Legolas has no business face checking that bush. I know,
Whiten's, I believe, is going to fall. Thega's going to fall. Everyone gets chased down here. And it's just more and more resets.
And I feel like you saw Thager in the beginning. He was sort of...
Oh no.
Oh,
it's happening
Thager's
again.
dead again.
Now, what were you going to say about Thager?
In that replay, he was actually respecting the fact that they had no vision in that banana bush, but like Legolas just sprinted at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a disaster. They were winning so hard at the start of the game.
Disaster.
Yeah.
How?
Like, it felt like the Shen was just going to win them the game off of the bot side play, but off of one bad team fight now.
But isn't that the same as last game? The lanes were, you know, like Legolas found a lot in the lane. And yes, it was less so, as Baus is just going to walk away from Checkerlad at lethal tempo. But White Knight last game, they got a couple of kills on Baus. Like, they were in a decent state, Barca. And then it was a couple of mistakes through these lanes, either around neutrals or these big fights, that just set the game into a downward spiral. And yes, you know, like, Barca are making mistakes, but LR are just so good individually at pulling them out. This skill
They
cap.
want to go and contest for the next dragon in 30 seconds.
With that dragon as well, we make number 3 where Barca were able to get the last one, but it cost them so dearly. Came so close,
How
walking out
respectful
alive.
Brownies.
Which makes sense. Culling's going to come out, though, and that respect going to be half and divided. A lot of damage that comes out, and as you said, Troubled Dragons in 15. Velia hovering over by the wing. He's strong enough maybe to do it himself, but Crowning will just have to be an ult bot here as teleport for the defensive play. Baus has joined. Stun up, Deadly Flourish. It's onto a clone.
Gotta make sure to play around this Shen ulti. The Shen ulti is really, really crucial. If they try to play for a reset and Shen ult comes down to deny it, that could be problematic. Herald plays down to provide a distraction to move into the dragon.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for Barca to find their way in right here, since they have absolutely no way of face
it's going to be gone
picking.
because Velia's just soloing it. So Herald's going to get a charge. Turret almost gone. Velia does a lot of damage with Kraken Titanic.
He can't walk in.
And he could have done it by himself. Crowning's going to make it a little bit quicker. There goes the dragon. There's the extra stats. Barca are looking for offshoots of the fight, but there are none.
Back in my day, that was a Master Yi. Now it's called a Viego.
Very true. Oh, Root. Oh, and engage, spiraling despair. And I think Legolas is going to regret stepping up to the wave. Crowning on the mark today. As the last shot doesn't need to connect, it zones him off. Here's Velia once again in between it all. And yes, Baus is going to die. Teleport to cover from Nemesis, but mid in a turret is now under fire.
They could dive him too. They have Wukong ult.
They do. Nemesis, will he regret it is the question. Cyclone flash away, but Nemesis has one of his own. Stand United under turret, but is there enough damage to fear?
Oh my God.
White Knight. He's going to be a trade. It's a big shutdown as Thega gets out, but mid in a turret goes down in the process.
Right at the end of that play, I don't think White Knight here had the Titanic Hydra active. It was on cooldown still, so the burst wasn't there to finish off Way, which provides Nemesis that trade back kill. Super nice clean play from Nemesis, although very scary on that dive.
And a Chocolate then tempo roam towards the top side of the map, taking that tower down. Get as much funnel, as much gold as you can onto this Azir, onto the carries. Because so far, I feel like it is on the top side of the map to try and everywhere where Barca can come from.
Scared every time Legolas steps up. He's been caught out a couple of times so far. Again, you talked about the range. It's so easy to pull it off. Thega now caught himself, and he's trying to edge into this bush as Baus has joined in as well. 5 versus 4 for now. A potential engage. Checklet finds one on an Nemesis with Acro Prison. It's a good engage. It's a successful one. The Stand United brings down the Shen, and now that White Knight's here, numbers advantage for the Arakan to start.
They can play this potentially with the resets from Velia, but Velia's getting chunked on the entrance. Look at Reckless on the flank, potentially.
Arakan will slow them down. Arakan will do damage. Crownie is trying to buy his time. Meanwhile, for Barça, the way back into the game is here. Reckless engage, doesn't connect, but he finds a quickness and a charm eventually. The curtain call doing it in the back line as well as Baus jumps in against 4 people. Ultis eventually takes the chomp and heals out, gets a stun down, but Barça have done enough, it seems, with the Cyclone re-engaged. Crownie shuts me up and takes the rest of the meat. Finally, they all fall, and Los Ratones are looking as strong as they did last time with 4 for Crownie.
Crownie with his best champion of 2025. 4 versus 5. Guess what? 4 is his favorite number.
They managed to find the play. I don't know how Baus lived for that long on the volley bear at the back end there, but they managed to pull off the 4 versus 5 with the resets from Velia as
versus LR. We were talking about the same thing. They step up when it matters, and it's such an overused phrase, but it's happening again. Now Nemesis wants to curse it for a little bit. Thager's going to find him. Cyclone's good, spiraling despair in the interim, but it means nothing. That's a big pick, and Barça need big picks in this game to stay in this series, to stay where they are. But with the curtain call opening up again, every time I say something good, there's a response. Whiting was not covered. He's one shot, and Baus is running. He's coming from behind. Look at where Baus is. Look at where Baus is. They've got a ping on him.
They have Shenol, though. They have Shenol, and Shen has push. He could look for an ulti onto the pick that Los Ratones made.
Flourish. They're still looking for the fight. I'm worried. Again, for Barça, how much can they find? They want the mid turret. They want the play. All it takes is another pick, and then finally they can stem the bleeding. They can look for the dragon. They're heading exactly towards that now for Barça. The long train running down this river. Whiting is healing up slowly.
Jin is isolated towards the top side of the map. Can Barça find him out, isolate him and take him? They're looking as they're bouncing back and forth. They see that Jin is in the mid lane tower.
Los Ratones, they just lost top lane tower. Shen can look for an engage now. Los Ratones aren't on a timer anymore because there's no tier 3 tower threat, and Barça are the ones that have to back up.
Auto attack, and Crownie caught out, Stand United, and Crownie's going to drop at the start. Whiting isolated by Baus, but it's a messy fight. Thager as well, spiraling despair, but Velia is getting resets again. Checklet, he's isolated because everyone else is dead, and it's only White Knight left standing. Every time we get this fight, LR are getting resets to their jungle superstar.
And they play the 4 versus 5 for long enough so that Nemesis can come in and help in the team fight afterwards. Baus finds the backline dive, but I think on the other end, Jin got engaged on.
And what were we talking about early? Why does LR come back? Why are they the favorites? Because they're a multi-map. Start from his side. They need to slow down, but the most important part is that they've been put into the same position.
It's a pick.
Look at the range.
It's the range, but Culling is going to force him away. But meanwhile, while Legolas wanted to save his support, he might be sacrificing his own life. Severing Bolt again. The last shot almost. White in Legolas, both together, the duo running away. Velia needs a simple reset, a simple kill. Reckless gets vision, and White in is kaput. He's down, stuck mid-air, but he's got a reset, and that's all that matters. LR running it through mid in their game 2 in their hands. They hold victory at a whim.
W into R, finds the kill from Velia on the flank, and now they can potentially look towards this Nash. Going to start up as the Azir turn into the Viego and DPS it down. In the meantime, Baus is proxying between tier 3 and tier 4 tower. Sorry, tier 2 and tier 3 tower. And
Spare on a clone.
What a nice play.
Baron for LR. Soul Point for LR. Everything so far LR's way. Barça seem to be recovering. Suddenly more carries spring up from the side of LR to shut them down. Thager thought it was his jungle. Big mistake.
Yeah, this is going to be Stand United at the very least.
They have to burn Shen as well.
Yeah. At this point in the game, I mean...
There goes the dive win con.
Yeah.
Right, with the Shen ulti and the Wukong engage. But at this point, are you really stall for their items either, can they? 1 minute till soul, mounted soul again for LR on this front line. And Thager's trying to take vision, trying to take control of bot side.
Oh, God, it's happening again. No, this time Nemesis won't hit a clone. He'll hit the real deal. White Knight forces a flash away. And Velia just thinks about how he can get back in. The Heartbreaker and Crownie hitting his shots. It's a done deal. We came in today thinking about how Barça whittled away KC Blue. But LR on the other side of the bracket must have been a different matter because this isn't close. This isn't even League of Legends anymore. This is a funeral. And there's only one team attending.
Big laughs on the faces of LR as well, as they know this was an easy game to begin with.
Yeah, they don't even need the soul. They just turn the fight on the face check.
Classic.
As Barça tried to get in there, but what a stomp. What an absolute roll.
A stomp in this game, a stomp in game one.